Hi and welcome to another video by Jimthecarguy. Today we have a fairly easy job. We're going to be replacing the side view mirror because, as you know, sometimes things happen, they get knocked off, and there's really no way to really repair them. Once the mirror is ripped off, you cannot put it back on. You can try to glue it, you can try to epoxy it. 99% of the time it's not going to hold because it's actually, the screws are actually bonded into it when they actually manufacture it. Cars are all the exact same procedure to replace the mirror with a new one. We do need to take the inside door panel apart because on the inside over here there's a wire that runs out. It's probably about a foot long, maybe 6 or 8 inches long actually, and it connects down below the door panel. So we need to pull that panel off. You can either pull it all the way off or you can just move it out a little bit just so you can gain access in that. So you can gain access inside to get to the little clip that actually holds that electrical connector in there. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to take the whole door panel off. I'm just going to remove what I need to remove just so I can get to that without breaking anything, of course. So let me bring you in. I'll show you what you're going to need tool-wise, and then we're just going to get started. We're going to get this done. So let me bring you over. I'll show you. Okay, here's an example of what kind of tools you're going to need. Obviously, this is then trash. We're not going to use this. You're going to need a light so you can see what kind of screws you're going to have to remove. A couple of screwdrivers, whether it's Phillips head or it's a regular conventional flathead. I use a scribe like this to actually pop the plug apart inside the door so I don't have to take the entire door panel off. You're going to need a ratchet, some sockets, whether you use a 1/4 inch or you use a 3/8 inch drive, whatever works for you. Me, you know, I always wear gloves for everything. And let me show you how we're going to go about getting this job done now. Okay, this, as you can see, is where the mirror used to be. This is the plug that was ripped off, and these are the screws I was telling you about where it's bonded together. So we really cannot put this back together. All right, now the screws themselves are fairly easy to get to. You'll see they're inside right over here. This cover usually comes right off. You can get in here with the screwdriver, or if you can get your fingers under it, and you can pry it off like this. They're just clips that hold it in place right here, right up on the top right here. There's a little clip that you have to pop off to get it out, and the same thing on the bottom over there. Now, a lot of them are different. A lot of them may have a screw inside here. If it has a screw in it, then you'll need to take that screw out. As you can see, this is the wiring that was pulled out. So we're not going to... Okay, this is the wiring here that was pulled out, and as you can see, it goes down inside the door panel right here. That's why we need to take that door panel off. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in over here. There's a screw here, and we're going to take off this ring right here just so we don't break it, because we're going to pull this out just a little bit. Yep, there's a screw underneath there. We need to take that screw out as well, and then we'll pull that door panel back as far as we can, and we'll continue. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take out these screws inside here. Now this one is a Phillips head. We're not going to lose these because we are going to have to reuse them. We're going to take out this screw in here. We're going to just take this ring out for now. We'll put this off to the side temporarily. And now we're going to take this panel and pull this panel back just a little bit so we can gain access to that plug right there. We're just going to pull it back a little bit so we can see what we're doing. I'm just going to put a screwdriver in there to hold it temporarily. And then I'm going to take my scribe. We're going to come down inside here and we're going to pop that clip out. So let me just take a peek in there. Okay, let me bring you in and I'll show you what it looks like. Get a light over here so you can see. You see down inside the door itself. We're going to take that little clip and we're going to pop that little clip open so we can pull that wire out without taking the entire door apart. It looks actually just like this one right here. You see that little clip right there? That little clip, we're going to push that little clip in down inside there and we're going to pull that wire out. Okay. And that is the wire that we had to unplug. You see what I mean about that little clip? Right here. You just push that little clip in and it pops right out. Alright, next thing we're going to do now is we're going to remove these screws right here. There's 3 10mm screws. We're going to take those out. Now like I said, you can use either a 1/2-inch drive you can use a 1/2-inch drive, or you can use a 1/4-inch drive, whatever works for you. These are usually not too tight, but you may have to hold it on the other side because the entire stud is going to rotate out as well, so you'll probably have to hold it with your hand. You may even need a pair of pliers to hold it. Alright, don't drop these screws because you're going to need to reuse them. Now the screws, the nuts we need, the screws that actually hold it in place we do not need. This we're just going to move to the side for now, just like this. And then we're going to remove the last 10mm for that stud. Alright. Remember, we're going to use this piece over again. This has to go back on because that holds the beauty ring on the inside here. So we're going to put this off to the side for now, but we are going to use this again. The nut we're going to hold on to, but the stud that broke off we're going to throw away. Alright, so let's grab the new mirror and we're going to put this back together. Okay, then we take our mirror and now these are the studs. Remember I told you keep the old screws? It actually comes with new ones, so we won't have to do that. We're going to put the mirror back on here where it previously came off. And we have to put this piece back on. Now you want to remember you're only screwing into plastic, so you don't want to break it. So we're just going to screw these in evenly. Okay, nice and tight. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to pull that door panel back out like this, and we're going to plug this plug back in. I'm just going to put this plug back in now. Okay. Alright, plug is plugged back in. And the reason you saw me in there with this long screwdriver is I just took the plug and I pushed it right down into its connector where it belongs. And that's it. The mirror is in. We're just going to pop the door panel back on, and then we'll put our screws back into it. Okay, we're just going to put the screws back in that we previously took out. Right here. Then we're going to put this cover back on that we previously took out right here. We'll screw our screw lid there. You're screwing it to plastic, so be careful. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to reattach our cover on the top like this. Push it in and snap it, and it snaps right in. And that's it. Next thing we're going to do, obviously, is we're going to test the mirror to make sure it works okay. And that's it. Okay, so that's it. You're all set. All right, just make sure when you put those screws in and you attach it in there, don't go over tight and snap it off, because you're only screwing into plastic and you can snap the other one off. When you put your plug in, make sure the plug snaps in place, very important. Otherwise, at some point down the road, it may pop out of there. And that's it. You're all set. All right, the mirror looks exactly as the one that came off, so we don't have to worry about paint to match or anything, and we're ready to go. All right, as always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.